Gen Z carries an average debt of 91,000, almost double the previous generation X. With the insane rise of housing prices, cost of living, and inflation all hitting Gen Z at once, it's no wonder they're struggling so much. Many younger adults have been discouraged that they'll never be able to retire. This has caused a lack of emphasis on financial literacy, lack of investing, and larger debts and spending piling on. This is partially due to lack of hope for the economy improving and partially due to the high prices in the current economy. So where do we go from here? Today in this video, we're going to answer that question, and is there any hope for Gen Z to retire? Now, this video is for entertaining purposes only and is not financial advice. It is not meant to scare anybody, but is to share how we could potentially help better the situation we're currently in. Now, continuing, if we were to assume the economy continues to worsen for the average Gen Z worker, one of the few financial decisions that can potentially make a difference is investing in the future. It's almost seeming like a necessity to invest if you want any potential of retiring by the time you hit an older age. With a Roth, a 401k, or just a personal investment account, all three could be good options. It's not always fun or captivating to invest, but many younger people have time on their side, which negates some of the risk. And with time on their side, it gives their money more potential to grow and fight some of the inflation that will be faced in the coming decades. In one of my previous videos, I discussed the past 100 years of investing, and there was really only one decade that was awful, with it around negative 30% in the 2000s. Other than that, the returns were negative 2% in the Great Depression era of all eras, and higher every other decade. The more time you have on your side, the more potential your money has to grow. And so what I personally do to try and better my situation for my future is I aim to put a little bit away into investing each month, even if it's not very much in some people's eyes, because consistency is important and I do what I can to build it up over time. Now, getting to the punchline, I am Gen Z too, and I understand it can feel almost pointless sometimes when everything continues to balloon in price and housing seems unaffordable and buying a home is so far out of reach. What's the point? Well, it is an unfortunate situation we find ourselves trying to navigate through, but it is up to each individual to better their own lives and financial situations. No one is coming to fix your financial situation, and financial literacy is just as important now as it has ever been. There seems to be a large labor shift happening in the economy right now, which could be really good for the future generations, but it could also get worse before it gets better. And the statistics over the long term all point to keeping a level head. There are some people spending, there are also some people who legitimately are struggling to invest or save. There are many young adults unable to afford basic necessities and going into debt or putting it on credit card because they can't even afford these essential things. In this situation, it's important to keep your head up. If you have any way to develop your skills or heighten your income, this could be a potential time to do so. The job market does suck right now, however, and it's important to try and maintain a positive and level head. All you can do is focus on developing your own skills through certifications or further education, and overspending typically won't help a lot of people's financial situations get better, if you know what I mean. Now, I've been in that situation, and it is one of the worst feelings, but if you keep your head up and just know that it's just a moment and that there are a million people going through the same situation as you are, and that it's just a period of time, and eventually this period of time will subside, it does get better. And the only thing you can control is your own personal life and growth. But to answer the question, is there hope for Gen Z to retire? Well, yes, and well, yes. While it may be a struggle to paint the outlook for Gen Z currently going towards retirement, with everything being so expensive and it being so unaffordable and out of reach, eventually these prices either must come down or assets must go up. Well, ideally, you have a stake in the game. If you're investing and trying to better your financial situation, you will have assets or skin in the game if it does continue to rise, which at least hedges against inflation somewhat. And then hopefully paired with that, interest rates or homes or things of that nature could decrease over the next few decades. It's very likely if you're Gen Z and you're in your early 20s, yes, it is a really awful situation we find ourselves in with the job market and everything right now, but it's not the worst it's ever been. It could get worse, And also, you know, not trying to scare anybody, it could also get way better. And so it's just, we don't know what's going to happen a year or two from. While it may be scary, it is still very realistic for a lot of Gen Z to retire. They just may have to be a lot more tactical than prior generations. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope this was informative. I'm rooting for you all, and always remember to try to find the positives. This season of your life won't last forever, but it's up to you to take the progress for yourself and get out of it sooner. I hope to see you around again, and best of luck.
At normal, resuming our normalization process, the differences you see should be smaller because we'll have seen actual data. Right now, it's just a forecast in a very foggy time. So that's the first part, is forecasting. Secondly, people